Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Today's topic is, I, 30F, just found out my husband, 32 might be the father of my best friend's child. What the hell do I do now? Yesterday I received a call from my best friend's Amy husband, Paul, claiming my husband was the father of her 4-year-old daughter, Kim. He said they got into an argument, and she blurted out that Kim isn't his daughter, and that Kim regularly spends time with her real dad, my husband. He snooped and found out her dad was my husband. I'm so shocked and angry, I don't know what to do. Paul claims he has evidence of their ongoing long-term affair, and he would like to meet up with me to show me it. I don't know if I should go. Edit, he wants me to meet him alone at his house. A part of me wishes he'd never told me. I asked him to send me something over text first, because I honestly didn't believe him, and he sent me a blurry video of Amy having sex with someone. She was moaning my husband's name, but you couldn't really tell if it was him in it, because it was so dark. He sent me a few texts between them too. I wish I could unread them. I feel numb and sick. I haven't confronted my husband yet, I don't even have the energy to do that. He noticed something was off when he got home and asked me if I was okay, but I just shrugged it off and told him I was going to sleep. He decided to work from home today because he was worried I wasn't feeling well. I wish he hadn't. To make things worse, me and Amy are both pregnant. I'm 5 months and she's 7 months. Paul claims that baby is also my husband's. He said he was planning to sue my husband for all of the money he spent raising his child, and Amy was planning to put him on child support. He said he was warning me in advance so I could apply before her. They're going to get a divorce. I just can't believe he would do this. I just keep hoping Paul will text me saying it was all a joke. Amy keeps texting me telling me she's sorry. I've ignored her so far, but I want to rage at her. I don't know what I'm going to do if we get a divorce. I don't think I can raise my baby alone. I feel dumb for posting this, but I have no idea what I should do. Shall I just pretend I don't know? TLDR, my best friend's husband claims their 4-year is my husband's, and that the baby she is currently pregnant with is also his. I'm also pregnant. I haven't confronted him. What do I do now? Update. I spoke to Amy. Turns out my husband isn't the person she's been having an affair with. When she told Paul, he just assumed it had to be my husband because of the name. She said he went berserk and she was too scared to correct him. Her and Kim are safe at her mother's house. I told her about him wanting me to come to their house and she warned me not to, so. Edit. No, she never showed me proof, and no, I haven't spoken to my husband yet. I will soon. I don't know if I believe her. I just added the info because I was getting a lot of messages to update. 1. Breathe. Deep breath. 2. Save everything you have that could be considered evidence. Consider meeting with the husband, but ask him not to talk to your husband yet. 3. Don't confront your husband yet. Discuss with a lawyer before you do anything. Find out what your options are. But consider that the affair partner is likely going to tell him you know sooner rather than later, so do #3 and #4 now, like right now. 4. Research and document what you have in bank accounts and assets. If he knows you know, he may start moving/hiding things. Don't take anything, just assess. 5. Find a therapist. This isn't going to be easy, you'll need support. 6. Once you have your ducks in a row, decide next steps. This sucks, but it's real, so you need to act. If not for you, for your baby. I'm so sorry. So if Amy already knows, Paul told you she didn't let your husband know the cat's out of the bag. Did Amy admit that the child is your husband's and that she was indeed having an affair with your husband, or is she only apologizing because her husband is involving you in their divorce? I'm not sure how your husband could not know that Paul has told you along with Amy in that case. She probably tipped him off already. That's why he stayed home. You need to gather evidence and prepare for the worst. Paul is trying to give you a heads up so that your finances don't get caught up in his lawsuit. You have proof he cheated, with or without DNA, so file for divorce and protect yourself and get what you need to get for your baby. Denial isn't an option, Opus. Things are going to happen even if you don't want to face them. For instance, your husband being sued. I saw here on Reddit that child support can be first come first served, in that the person who applies first tends to get more. You need to act fast if you're going to act. The fact Amy has texted you, apologizing pretty much confirms that your husband's been having an affair with her MO. Do not pretend you do not know. You're enabling your husband's behavior. DNA test first and foremost. I don't think Amy's husband is playing games. He's rightfully pissed, and you should be too. Take his advice. Get out before it's too late. Your husband has made it clear you are not his everything. Also, you can't post this to Reddit without a follow-up. You need him to take a DNA test. If Kim is his, leave. Do not accept this. Please. You deserve better. Everything is better than staying with him. Give him hell. Also, get a lawyer. You need to talk to a divorce lawyer immediately. I know you are in shock, but this marriage is over. Gather whatever evidence you can from Paul and get together with the divorce attorney and decide what your next steps will be. This is someone who impregnated your best friend. Twice. There is no coming back from that. You absolutely want to file first. I had my daughter first but didn't want the father in her life. The mother of his second child filed for support, while I did not. The father took me to court for a DNA test, and the court awarded me support at that time, but it was half as much as the mother of his second child. Info. So, your best friend and her husband have both reached out to you. But your husband is still in the dark. Your BF hasn't told him you know yet. This seems weird to me. If she is pregnant with your husband's other child, that would mean they are still close. Why wouldn't she warn him, and why hasn't her husband confronted him? Something doesn't add up. Time to talk to your husband and hear what he says. Also, find an attorney as soon as possible. I think the first thing you need to do is go and see Paul. Call him right now and set up a time to meet. Don't delay. If this is true, you need to move fast to protect yourself and most importantly your child. If the evidence he has is convincing, find an attorney so you have an idea what a divorce would look like for you. You don't have to file right away, but knowledge is power. Get child support sorted as soon as possible. Third, confront your husband and demand he get a paternity test. TBH, I would do this, even if Paul's evidence isn't convincing, just to give yourself peace of mind. Info, is your husband's name common? You said the video was blurry, so if his name is common then maybe Amy lied to Paul. Just a thought. Best of luck, op. Step 1. See a lawyer as soon as possible and apply for child support. Step 2. Meet Amy's husband and collect evidence. Step 3. File for divorce and spousal support. Step 4. Get therapy. Step 5. Find new best friend. I'm going to play devil's advocate. The only thing you could tell in the video was Amy having S. Where did Paul get this? When was it taken? What if Paul is crazy jealous and assumed it was your husband and went nuts on Amy making accusations? She would text the same "I'm sorry" to you because of his crazy abusive behavior. His not being willing to meet you in public is creepy. Investigate on your own too. Phone records, bank records, computer, emails, etc. Don't meet Paul alone in private. Take what Paul says with a critical eye. I once had someone tell my ex-boyfriend that he caught me making out with a friend. Not true. I never knew why. The most I ever did was give him a hug. My friend was going through a painful divorce. Confront your husband. Tell him you want a DNA test on him and aim his daughter immediately. If he refuses, file for divorce that same day. If he agrees and is the girl's father, file for divorce and child support immediately, because Paul is right. The person who files for child support first gets the largest share of it. At this point, trying to save your marriage is going to cost your child money it will need. Everyone here has given some good advice. E.G. Talk to a lawyer. Keep a record of all evidence and text messages. Personally, if I was in this situation, I'd gather more information first. I'd probably first respond to Amy's texts and say, what exactly are you sorry for? Get more info from her. Her texts are too vague to be considered evidence. Simultaneously, I'd text Paul and point blank ask him why he won't meet with you at a public place. Tell him you're uncomfortable going to his house. I don't know why he seems immovable about this. Have you ever gotten the impression from Paul that he's a bad guy? Or is perhaps Paul into you and trying to break up your marriage? Just some thoughts. Some info that may or may not be helpful. Does Kim look like your husband? Hang in there, Opus. This is an awful situation to be in. As overwhelming as it all is, don't hesitate. Be assertive. Get the information you need as soon as possible and take action. Get a journal and think hard. Were there opportunities that they both had time to cheat with each other? Unexplained missing time, hotel bills, lunch breaks. For the past 5 years. Call Paul and ask him when he believed these trysts occurred. Document it all down. Is there a pattern? Is it possible? Or did your friend just throw your hubby under the bus? Or would a DNA test prove the truth? The fact that he hasn't said anything to you yet is problematic. Get advice from a lawyer. Figure out what is best for you and baby. Call your support system. Only you know what you are willing to put up with. A cheating spouse with possibly 3 kids and lots of child support payments ahead of them might not be your cup of tea. And above all, breathe in your nose, out your mouth. Then get to work figuring your best options out. Don't go and be with Paul alone. Why can't he present the evidence to you in their presence? If it's true, then they can't deny proof shown in their presence to your face. Revenge rape is a very real and scary thing. It'd be payback at your husband to his eyes. Please don't wish that you didn't know this information. In an alternate universe, your husband and your best friend would be continuing to have an affair and raise their kids behind your back. I believe your friend's husband 100%, and he is rightfully pissed off. Meet with him, gather all your evidence, meet with a lawyer, and put one foot in front of the other. Do you have family or any other friends that you could lean on right now? You can definitely raise a baby alone. What's the alternative? Will you and your best friend be sister wives to your husband and raise all of your kids together? That's not healthy. Your husband has potentially 3 kids to take of. Do not put your head in the sand. Those kids are not going anywhere. Lawyer up.